thank you. Thanks to the flu and being sick and super busy. And obviously, I'm still coughing. But I think I'm doing better now. So let's continue on. We ended with Lucy having finally met Adara, and it was kind of a little bit of a disaster, and now they're trying to regroup to figure out what to do in order to get her to hopefully change the boys back into humans. So, when we return home, everyone's a little quieter. We're all emotionally exhausted, and the summer heat is soaking uncomfortably into everyone's head. Everyone there, including the usually enthusiastic Kyle, is dragging their feet to the house. God, let me become a ferret again. I'd have less skin to feel hot. If I'm smaller, there's like less of me to be hot. I don't think that's how it works. I don't feel like putting up with your cynical naysaying shit right now, Frankie. Of course, that's how it works. You know I'm right. You can tell because I didn't go to a university and instead sold cars for a living. I'm legitimate. I need that fantasy of escape. You douche. You unbelievable dream-killing douche. So you think if you had a smaller surface area of skin, you'd be less hot? Yes, don't ruin that fantasy for me. You'd be covered in fur, you realize that. Ah! I didn't realize you guys hated me so much. Glad to have clarity on that front. Charlie, what the fuck? Why are you wearing that heavy fucking shirt? Because I am. Whatever. Weird. Lucy, you hanging in there okay? I'm doing just fine. I don't know what you guys are fussing all about. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. I'm not seeing anybody talking here. Personally, I'm more exhausted from, you know, Adara and all that. Rather than heat. I mean, like, instead of heat. You know what I mean. Oh, there we go. I'm actually seeing chat now. I don't know what the hell's going on with my Chromebook. So if you guys were talking to me, I didn't see it. I guess that heat's pretty bad. There we go. Hi, Gabby. Anyone want food? Chilled ramen. What? Ramen's too hot, but it sounds good and it's cheap. Chilled ramen, fuck it. That sounds pretty gross. That sounds like what someone who's had options for food all his life would say. What? I don't even know what to say to that. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying don't knock it until you try it. Have you tried it? Nope, which is why I'm not knocking it. There's no arguing with that logic. You'll have to use less water to make it if you want to chill it with ice cubes. Otherwise, it'll get all watery. Good point. I didn't think of that. The finer points of making food that costs 30 cents a meal. God. Oh, nothing. I used to hear from my mom that 10 cents was a lot of money and not to be wasteful. So I know how I probably sound, but 30 cents sounds like a solid lunch at least. And cheap burgers these days are entire dollars. I probably sound like I'm an old grandpa, but wow, weird. Which reminds me, are you technically over 100 years old yet? Actually, I don't think so. I definitely am. Wait, did he change his clothes? I think he changed his clothes. I think they all changed their clothes. Huh, okay. Weird. Anyway, Miguel, you take a break. I'll take care of the ramen this time. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. For Kyle's, you use less water because of the ice cubes. I'll take it hot. Frankie, Edmund, do you want ramen? I'll actually take it chilled. I'll have it hot. Frankie's the one with the open mind here. That's weird. Huh? Watch it. I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know if they're evil doppelgangers, but that would be a twist. Up, up, up. Watch it. What was that? Up, up, up. God, sometimes they have... never mind. Look, soup is a great first step. Don't worry. Watch it. All right, I'm watching it. God, you sound like a goddamn broken record. Hours passed like this. Idle conversation seemed to flow through the room. Even though we just experienced a considerable amount of drama, everything seemed normal now. I'm not even sure how everyone was this okay. I was still shaken up from the events at the coffee shop and of even seeing Adara. Were they hiding it really well, or could they simply just get over it so easily? With any of my other friends, even Katie, we at least wouldn't pretend nothing happened. So I'm left wondering if they're pretending or if they're just serious. Oh my god, I can't talk today. Holy shit, it's like I'm out of practice. Maybe I should talk to them. Looking around the apartment after having watched an old episode of something with Frankie, he wanted to watch. God, the heat's getting to me too. Bonanza? Is that what he watched? I don't know. It was an old western. Edmund's moved on though, and has cracked open a window that was just lying around. Wait. He didn't crack open a window, he cracked open a book. Oh my god. You guys, I'm having trouble today. I'm struggling. And has cracked open a book that was just lying around. Frankie is laying on the floor playing with a piece of string, making a cat's cradle with it. Kyle's in the bathroom. Miguel is toying with the communal computer, figuring things out. I think he's looking for TV shows. Charlie is washing dishes. It's getting late, so I probably don't have time to have a one-on-one with everyone about this before someone, presumably Edmund, though really it could be anyone, turns into an animal. So I guess I'll talk to... I'm guessing this is another point where I'm gonna be choosing Kyle, because I'm romancing him. Kyle's out of the bathroom now, wiping his wet hands on his pants. When he reaches the main room of the apartment, I see him standing and staring around the room as if lost, unsure where to go next. I give him a small wave. He smiles and waves back. So I get up to go talk to him. He still seems to be in a heat-related funk. His eyes are tired and his shoulders are drooping. Hey, Kyle. Yeah. Hi. What's up? Are you okay? If okay means what it meant before this heat hit, then no. If it means going to survive, then I don't know, probably. So you don't think so, huh? It's looking good. Not great, but I'm betting on survival. You look fine. Better than ever, in fact. Put some spring in your step and stop being so down. Spring in my step? Who the hell are you, Frankie's mom? What? Frankie says across the room. Nothing you need to worry your little head about, buddy. Whatever. So, about that spring in my step. Oh my god, let's just forget I said it. As I say that, he begins to laugh at his own joke, which I guess is cute. In its own weird Kyle way. I don't even think I mind that it wasn't that funny. Anyway, Kyle, I wanted to ask you a question. What's up? How on earth would I phrase this? Are you okay? You already asked me that. No, I mean, well, yeah, I did. I mean, are you doing all right? Am I doing all right? How is that even remotely different? I mean, after what happened earlier. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I guess I'm all right. It's weird thinking of myself as all right when I'm sweating so much, but I'm doing fine, like, emotionally. It's just a fragile situation. How so? Well, well, get this. You might think that I just run off my mouth whenever. I do. I know. Well, I don't get to as much right now because things are fragile. I don't like it when things are fragile. I like it when things are solid and concrete and you can step on those things all you want. I just can't get behind fragile. But I didn't choose this situation. So while I'm personally fine, I don't get to act like myself, which sucks balls. What do you think would happen if you were acting like yourself? I don't know. I walk a weird line, I guess. I tend to piss people off, but I feel like it's okay. As long as I look out for these moments. These moments are the times where I don't get to piss people off. Like, first time we met. I'm lucky that Frankie only tried to keep those pants away from me. I was being a real tool. If we'd already known each other for some time, then it'd probably be cool. But I just met everyone, so the shit I was pulling probably seemed pretty obnoxious. Frankie could have decked me right then and there and been totally in the right too. So being a responsible dickhead myself, I'm looking out for social cues more. Social cues right now say, don't tell Charlie that he's hogging all the cold water in the sink and being a greedy, water-grubbing asshole. Poking fun at him for shitting all over chilled ramen was fine because it had nothing to do with him as a person. By the way, how was it? Oh, he's obnoxious, but that's part of what makes him charming. Charlie would probably hate it. What about you? I used to dumpster dive, so I'm not picky about my food, man. It was alright. You used to dumpster dive? Yeah, it's weird. People get this idea in their head that you pull out gross banana peels and you're like, ah, fuck, jackpot. So what's it like then? I don't know if this is still the case, but stores throw a lot of perfectly good prepackaged shit. Or throw out a lot of perfectly good prepackaged shit, man. I swear to God, once a whole, unopened, undamaged, not expired box of fancy chocolate cookies. No reason for it. Huh? Well, anyway, right now, if Charlie was to tell me that I was gross for having chilled ramen, that'd be cool. This ain't the time for him to start ragging on me for being poor. He can do that later when we're more comfortable and our egos aren't whimpering in the corner, bruised and having had the shit kicked out of them. You know, speaking of cookies, I have some in the cupboard and it's like, now I want them. You don't say. Does that make any sense? Things are normal because we decided they would be? I guess that makes sense. I just feel as though it might be affecting me more. If you feel that way, then just give it time. Have some faith that things are going to return normal. Why? Why would I have faith in that? Because it's what everyone wants anyways. I bet virtual cookies are tastier than real cookies. And it is everybody here who decides what situation we get. Huh. That's very enlightening. Thanks. I'm going outside. Maybe I'll sweat less out there. Alright then. Anyway. Oh, I guess I get to talk to everybody. I walk over to Miguel as he plays with the apartment's lone laptop. His finger is hovering and twitching over the laptop's touchpad. The back of the screen is facing toward me, so I can't tell exactly what he's doing. I am genuinely hoping he's not in the system folders or screwing anything up. Should I take a look at what he's doing? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, you know, they had laptops and shit back in '94. Ooh, almond cookies. Send over some virtual almond cookies. I'll eat those up. I decide to sit at the table across from Miguel. Hey, Miguel. Oh, hey, Lucy. What's up? What you doing there? Nothing. Just seeing how computers work. Oh, like how? I don't know. Tooling around in the Windows folder and stuff. What? Charlie yells from across the room. I mean, not in the Windows folder, the program folders. Like the Windows folders, the Windows themselves, not a Windows folder. I'm not in that folder you told me not to go into. Stay the hell out of the Windows folder. I will. Sorry. It's cool, no worries, just be careful. And then Miguel is silent for a moment, staring at the keyboard for a second, not touching anything. What's up, Miguel? Okay, so I don't know much about computers. Can I ask you something without you telling anyone? Sure. Can making a blog hurt your computer? No, absolutely not. That's almost impossible. That's weird though. Why wouldn't you want anyone knowing you're making a blog? Well, because when Charlie saw that Adara had a blog, he made this eye-rolling gesture. Like, I don't know. Like someone like Adara would just, of course, have a blog. But I thought it looked fun. Well, hey, Charlie's not wrong. It makes complete sense that Adara has a blog. Everyone does, but especially people who are like Adara. I don't get it. Adara seems to be very opinionated, right? Yeah. Well, if you were really opinionated, you'd want a blog too, right? It means you can say whatever you want and engage in discourse quickly and easily. Oh, does that mean I should avoid them? No. Plus, I'm sure Charlie wasn't trying to say blogs are bad, and even if he did, you should do what looks fun for you. Well, yeah, but I'm living under the guy's roof. I don't want to get on his bad side. Only a complete asshole would actually judge you for trying out something harmless that looks fun to you. Do you think Charlie's an asshole? No, of course not. Do you think he's an asshole? Is Charlie an asshole? I don't know if he really is. He's a little cranky. Maybe just a little bit. A little bit. Maybe a little. Just a little. I don't hold it against him, though. He's got a good heart. Well, I'd still rather not get on his bad side. Hey, Charlie. I call out across the room. What? Wait. Hey, Lucy? Please don't. What would you think if Miguel got a blog? What? What would I think? I don't know. Whatever. He's a big boy. He can do what he wants. Great, thanks. Uh-huh. There you go. I guess that makes me feel a little better. What were you thinking of calling it? Well, actually, that was going to be my next question. I was confused. So the blog is named after itself and not me. What? Oh, yeah. It wouldn't be called Miguel. It'd be called Miguel's blog. Oh, okay. I already grabbed my URL. Wait, you did? Yeah, someone already took Miguel. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, it's fine, but then someone already took Miguel likes to cook, which was weird. It's nice to know there are other Miguels out there that like to cook, so I went with Miguel likes to cook 19. 19? Yeah. You know, you're not 19 anymore, right? Well, yeah, but I mean, I still feel like I'm 19, even though I was almost 20 when I was, And it seems unfair that I spent my real 20s as a dog. I guess I can see that. So what should I call my blog then? Miguel likes to cook sounds fine to me. I guess it does have a nice ring to it. Thanks. Can you teach me about this stuff some more? Yeah, sure, soon. I wanted to ask you a question. What's up? I've been asking around and why do you think the atmosphere around here is so lax? Lax? I didn't think it was that lax. In fact, I'm pretty nervous myself. But I guess it's kind of lax now that I'm looking around. Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't think I share that with the rest of the guys. Like, I don't know. Well, that's just it. I don't know. I'm incredibly tense right now. I don't feel like I can speak for the rest of them. So you don't think they feel the same way you do right now? No way, not even a little. You heard him, Charlie, earlier about the blog. He couldn't care less. He was just doing his own thing. The drama from earlier probably wasn't on his mind. Couldn't his weird, curt response also be an indicator of stress? Maybe, I guess. But it doesn't explain why everything seems so okay. I guess I'm wondering as hard as you are. If I had to take a guess, and I don't claim to be wise or anything, but if I feel like if maybe everyone feels the way that I feel, then they're good at hiding it. And not hiding it in the weird, insincere way, but like actually hiding it. Which I actually think is cool. You think it's cool? Well, I don't think it's cool when people suppress their emotions, but it's as though they're hiding their beefs because they respect everyone else. Not like they hate them. Believe me, I've spent a lot of time hiding myself around people I like and hate, and this is different. It feels considerate instead of sad or spiteful. So even if I'm feeling crappy, maybe I can put it away for everyone else's sake. Then they can do the same because we care about each other. So that we can move past this thing. How is that not like bottling it up? Well, because you actually want things to get better, instead of looking to make things worse or awkward for someone else. You heard everyone back at the coffee shop. I don't think a lot of things went unsaid. It's not as though anyone has anything to clarify. True. Well, those are my thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're all bottling this thing up and it turns out that we're doing something wrong. But I'm actually kind of glad to be among people who want me and everyone else to be happy. It makes me want them to be happy too. So this weird status quo is an act of consideration? I think I get it. Like, your consideration for others actually makes you happier. Sure. Like, your regard for others. If you want them to be happy and aren't holding anything against them, then why not try to be happy? It's a strange concept. But I think I like it. Me too. Now, a couple more questions about this blog thing. Sure, what's up? After that, I helped him out with his blogging website for a bit, showing him around, and then left him to browse the internet to his heart's content. Anyway, Oh boy, we gotta go through all of these. Oh, this is like the slowest chapter in the game. Charlie is washing dishes sullenly. It's hard to tell from here whether he's upset or tranquil. I decide to walk over to him to catch up on the situation. Hey Charlie. Hey Lucy. What's happening? Wanted to know if you needed help washing the dishes. Need? No, but it'd be nice. Alright then. Can you dry while I scrub? Sounds like a plan. And then before I could even realize it, minutes go by silently. Charlie doesn't say a word and glances around the room as if lost in thought. I find myself looking at him more often than I probably should. Hey Charlie. At first, hey goes unnoticed. Charlie? Huh? Oh, what's up? What are you thinking about? If there'd be a huge security risk in letting bands who use my storefront keep user information outside of my personal records? I mean, probably not. It could allow customers incentives to continue buying from a single band. That's probably something I can still set up in the current infrastructure anyway. So I don't know why I'm thinking about it so much. But still, any security risk is bad. I'd have to redo the terms and conditions to lay the legal responsibility of customer information on the bands themselves. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. It's been a long time since JukeWave's gotten a proper update. There are plenty of regular features that are still missing, so I guess I don't have to think too hard about new things to add right now. I suppose so. So is that all you were thinking about? Yeah, why? I don't know what to make of that. It's possible that I had mistaken Charlie's relative silence to some profound inner monologue about the current state of our little world. Am I really the only person who notices how weird it is that everything seems to have gone so quickly back to normal? I don't know. I guess I just wanted to ask. Why do you think things are so normal right now? You mean why everyone is acting so chill suddenly after this morning's drama? Yeah, exactly. Well, I've thought about that too. Oh? Yeah. It's just not something I had thought very long about. Let me propose something to you. Look at Kyle. He's outside. Okay, well, don't actually look at Kyle. Plus, he's kind of ugly anyway, so don't look at him regardless. Kyle's not ugly. Well, he's no Charlie Fitzgerald. That can't be argued. Oh, yes it can. Yes it can. And you seem to be pretty convinced that Kyle's not more attractive than you. If beauty is in the eye of the beholder, it would just take some kind of freak beholder to not realize how much cuter I am. Okay, sure, whatever, if you insist. But anyway, take Kyle. Did you see all the wacky look how amusingly I am suffering of heat stroke stuff he was saying when he got inside? Well, you could chalk that up to just Kyle being Kyle. But I think I saw a little something more there. I think the way he was ragging on Frankie was just a little forced this time. I did think that at the time. I'd have to hear it again, I suppose. Well then, hypothetically, why would Kyle force out Frankie deprecation? Because they have a funny dynamic, and Kyle likes ripping on Frankie because he knows Frankie can take it. I feel that'd be the case any other day, but well, you'd think that either Kyle would have reverted completely back to normal by not forcing interaction he wasn't totally into, or he'd even want to lay into Frankie a little less than normal. But he didn't. He seemed to have a purposefully enacted, lighthearted confrontation with Frankie. From where I was standing anyway. That tells me one thing, though if you have other theories, let me know. It means that Kyle is trying to reinforce the status quo. As if to say, hey, everyone, things are back to normal, don't forget. Which is commendable, I suppose, but that's my theory. So Kyle made fun of Frankie for the good of the group? That makes sense. Kyle, God dang it, I can't speak today. Kyle wanted everything to go back to normal, so he took the first opportunity to prove that things were back to normal. Exactly. Funny that it was one of the first interactions when we came back into the house. Kyle was establishing a baseline. Now that we are in the house and no one is actively mad at each other, everything is normal again. This is what the apartment means. Even punk rockers like Kyle crave normalcy sometimes. Huh. What I don't get though is why Kyle wanted everything to go back to normal so fast. If there's still bad blood, then why try to get rid of it so quickly? Boy, isn't that the question. I've never been around a single dude before who wasn't interested in getting past bad blood as quickly as possible. Hey, is that cool? Is that true? Do dudes not hold grudges? Because I'm pretty sure in the internet age, dudes hold a lot of grudges. That's a question I still haven't figured out. The closest thing I guess I have to an answer is bad blood feels bad. If it feels bad, then it's a problem. If it's a problem, then it needs to be solved. Huh. Okay. Last question. No one asked you to wash dishes. Why did you just hop on that so fast? Because it involves cold water. Everyone else seems chore averse, except maybe Miguel. Possibly Edmund, but he's always been hard to get a read on. So I hopped on it quickly. And I get to stay cool. But I look down, realizing that Charlie hasn't handed me a plate in the last 3 minutes. He's just been continually washing his hands. But we just finished washing the dishes. I know, don't tell anyone. Oh, okay, sure. That's why he offered to scrub. Sneaky bastard. Well, I guess I'm going to go do my own thing. No problem, I'll just be here washing dishes. Sure. There needs to be kissing soon. God. I walk away, leaving Charlie to his fake dishes. That was insightful. Anyway. Alright, that's enough. Whew, thank goodness. I guess that's enough. Looking outside, the sun is beginning to glow a bright orange red. The sun is beginning to set. My eyes turn back toward Edmund, whose eyes are already fixed toward me. Guys, I say in the middle of the room. It's getting late. I think it's about time to get ready for the transformation. Who has the cage, just in case it's Edmund? It's in the bedroom. Let me go grab it. Alright. Everyone is gathered into the room. The guys are all staring at each other, mostly at Edmund. Miguel comes back into the room with the cage in his hands. Here we are. Alright. Now it could be anyone. I don't think you, Miguel, or you, Charlie, were around when it was Frankie turning into a cat. But it had arbitrarily changed to Edmund for a reason none of us know about. So I think we should be prepared for anything. Sun's going down. Like, right now. Okay, first things first. My heart freezes up for a second as I see all of the guys looking at me for direction. I felt myself naturally fitting into the role of organizer and leader because I wasn't going to be changing. That meant I could be an anchor point, a place of consistency. But it was extremely nerve-wracking. As it had done before, the weight of my responsibility started to settle on me like a big, uncomfortable boulder, trying to flatten me into the ground. We need to have a game plan if it's Charlie who changes. Make out with him until morning. That's a terrible idea, Miguel. You're supposed to be better than that. It could work. Charlie, I swear to God. Just looking out for the group? Whatever. Charlie, do you remember anything about being a bear? I don't. Okay, well... Frankie and Kyle were with me when we were retrieving Charlie as a bear. He seemed calm then. I thought he was asleep. I can't remember. Sun's just going down. Sun's just about down. Okay. If it's Charlie who changes, everyone rush outside, lock the doors. Who has the keys? I do. Charlie, give them to Frankie. Gotcha. Okay. We lock the doors and we figure it out from there. I say we keep one person on lookout while we grab the nearest hotel room we can find. Yeah, I hope he doesn't turn into a bear. I'll give Frankie my charge card too, just in case that needs to happen. Sounds good. Now, what we'll need to do is just be ready when the sun's down to dash out of here. Sun's down. What? I spin around to look out the window. The sun has completely set. The orange in the sky is beginning to fade away into blackness. Everyone get ready. Everyone nods and braces themselves. Oh boy. I don't get it. How is it no one this time? I am absolutely not going to be looking a gift horse in the mouth on this one. No one here is a horse. How am I supposed to make a joke out of that? Shut the hell up, Kyle. I think I would have liked being a horse. That could have been fun. Though being a dog was cool too. People love dogs. I don't even know what that icon is. Lucky. Did I ever tell you guys I actually got stepped on once? Whoa. Oh my god, are you kidding? Not at all. I had gotten free from my cage. Edmund takes a second to sip from his soda. My mother was a busy, businesslike woman. She was looking for her shoes in a hurry while wearing those black stockings that make it look like she had a weird leg tan. I never processed it like that at all, the weird tan leg thing, but yeah, I guess I can see that. Well, in the confusion, she stepped on me. That is supremely fucked up. Guys, that's scary. So what happened? I don't know, I died. That's kind of the end of that story. Woke up in a pet store as a small baby hamster. Do you know what happened to your old hamster body? Like, with that family? Hey guys? Not at all. I don't even remember it hurting. It was just like, bam. Then I was someone else. Guys, what? Why the hell isn't one of you guys an animal right now? Edmund sips again. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Same. Why aren't there any stars in the sky? Like, I know we got the streetlights outside. That makes it harder. But there are, like, no stars. It's called light pollution. Yeah, it's because there are a whole bunch of streetlights that make it, I don't know, harder to see. But why? Like, the moon isn't even out. It should be dark enough to at least see a couple of stars. I don't know what to tell you, man. There are just a whole bunch of lights around there. But plus, I can see a couple stars. Look over there. I suppose... Wait a second. Where's the moon? Is it not out tonight? Nope. Looks like a new moon. Do you guys think that has anything to do with it? What? The moon was beginning to fade last night when I was holding on to Edmund. The moon's not out anymore. No one's changing. Yeah, actually, when I was a cat, I looked at the moon all damn night. It was a half moon that entire time. Whoa. Holy shit, that might be it. So that means we've got a few days until the next phase of the moon. Sounds like it. Huh. We did it. Silence for a moment. Yeah, we figured it out. Congrats, guys. Cool. It could still be something else. Well, yeah. Best theory so far, I think. So we're just like the lamest possible version of werewolves, then. You did know it. I don't know, buddy. You turned into a bear. I think I could survive a wolf attack. I don't know about bears. I do not want to go toe-to-toe with a bear. Sure, I guess. Alright then. I'm still fucked up by that getting stepped on thing. Edmund, you know how fucked up that is, right? If I had actually died, I bet it'd be weird. It'd be weirder to me. Or not, because I'd be dead. But it seemed fine. As a hamster, you usually just pass the time until you die. That one just came a little quicker than usual, and it didn't hurt. Kyle, you were a small rodent. Did you ever get stepped on? Not like that, I didn't. My tail got stepped on occasionally. Is anyone else weirded out by the fact that they don't have a tail anymore? I was waiting for someone else to say it. Yes, like every damn day. I have to balance just by balancing. I'm about to fall over. I have to swing my arms or something to compensate for the lack of a tail. It's so weird. Not me. But again, I don't remember jack shit. Would you prefer to? I suppose not. Feels like I just slept for a year. Could have been cool though. Maybe. This is nice. Yeah, this is nice. I think we're getting another chapter. Oop, alone time. Alright, you guys, we're gonna come up on some kisses here. I'm fairly sure. I find myself waking up on the couch inside the apartment. The boys are all strewn about the floor in sleeping bags. Last night we had a sleepover. Some old TV shows, a couple of new ones, and a lot of talking over coffee. Edmund conked out first. Kyle and Charlie soon after. After Frankie crawled away into the corner to sleep, Miguel and I stared at the ceiling in our respective beds, talking about high school, the internet, and animals. Then we fell asleep. I wake up to find the boys strewn about the floor as they had been before. Kyle is burrowed underneath his pillow. Miguel is snoring loudly. Edmund is gripping his pillow, hugging it close to his body and furrowing his eyebrows. Charlie is sleeping like a baby, but Frankie's missing from his corner. I look around, half expecting to find a cat sitting on the windowsill. Instead, I find Frankie sitting at the table, frowning at the computer screen, focused and with his finger hovering over the touchpad, occasionally tapping at the keyboard. Hey, Frankie. Hey, Lucy. What are you doing? I'm trying to get in touch with Adara online. I think this is a good time to begin a dialogue with her to gain some information. Wait. What? You didn't send her anything, did you? No, of course not. Charlie said it was possible to speak to her through her blog, so I'm finding that right now. Oh, that makes sense. I'm having some trouble, though. Do you know where the blog button is? Oh, right. You had me fooled there for a second. I think I'm writing a letter for email right now, but I don't think that's the same thing as blogging someone. Well, we'll see about that. I walk over to look at the computer screen. Frankie has managed to open up a notepad document that says the word blog 4 times, the word email, then the word email with a hyphen. And has begun typing a letter to Adara that reads, Dear Adara, we need some witch info with lickety-split. Get back to us quickly, the police department. So I'm going to go ahead and say maybe let's let Charlie take care of the computer stuff. Or me. Or anyone else, really. I just need a few pointers. I made it to the internet. I just need to find out how and where to blog someone. Frankie. Sighing. You're good at other things. I think we should leave the internet for today, for another day. I'm a quick learner. I got this far, right? If you can name the browsing program on the desktop, I'll show you how to use it. And it's not Notepad? Nope. WinRAR? Sorry, buddy. Wait, no, it's Internet Explorer. Too late. No, I got it, come on. Frankie, get the fuck off my computer. A sleepy Charlie cries out from halfway across the room. He is still laid down, eyes closed, pressed into his pillow. Come on, I was getting close. Lucy, please get Frankie off my computer. Use your feminine wiles or something. Frankie, come on. Damn it, alright, I'm off. Wasn't going to break it. Frankie gets off the computer sullenly. Charlie has already risen from his sleeping bag, fully clothed, and sat at the computer chair. What the hell is this? It's the internet. God damn it, Frankie. I was trying my best. And I guess your best wasn't enough. By about a couple of miles. So you were thinking of sending a letter to Adara. Edmund says sleepily. Are we awake now? With the way these guys are talking, it doesn't seem like we've got a choice. I'm waking up anyway, so it's okay. Alright then. And like that, the apartment comes alive with activity. Yeah, using the interwebs can be quite difficult if you're from the 1950s. Morning, boys. Morning, Lucy. As I was saying, Frankie, were you trying to send a letter to Adara? Yeah? Well, I actually think it's a great idea. You don't say. I do. It'll give us a chance to find out what she knows without getting too close or being in her proximity. In reality, we could probably say whatever we want without being turned into frogs or whatever. I'd avoid it, though. What? I'm saying is that it isn't as dangerous. We don't need to worry for our lives this way. That makes sense. What are we going to send her? Let's see. Why don't we start with Hello, Adara? Or something peppier, like Hey there. Or Sup. How are you doing, Adara? I think it'd be better to address her as her online name, like, Hey, No Gods Only Queen's big fan. I don't know. What do you think, Lucy? Well, how about... Hey there. We'll just do hey there. Alright, we've got that out of the way. Then we'll open up with... Edmund's suggestion. How about... I was wondering, how is it that a Wiccan is able to cast spells? Is it real? How does it work? I'm fascinated by the subject. Sure. That's fine. Oh my god. Please don't turn me into a frog. Well... Yeah, I guess there are no lizards in this. That's fine. Alright then, next up. We'll listen to Charlie's suggestion. How about if a heartless she-bitch turns a person into a disgusting animal, how do you undo that particular atrocity? We'll keep that. Okay. And then we close it out with Kyle's suggestion. Maybe your wizard friend Anonymous. Sure. Sounds good. Cool. So our letter came out to, hey there, I was wondering, how is it that a Wiccan is able to cast spells? Is it real? How does it work? I'm fascinated by the subject. If a heartless she-bitch turns a person into a disgusting animal, how do you undo that particular atrocity? Your wizard friend Anonymous. Alright then, sent. That was fun. Sure, yeah, fun. What now? We just wait to hear back from her, I suppose. Alright then. Well, since we're all gathered here and the ball is in Adara's court, I think we should talk about living arrangements. This whole operation is going slower than I had thought it was going to. So I think if you guys are going to continue living here... She replied, What? Whoa, that was quick. Yeah, is that really a reply? Because I mean, that was like unbelievably fast. Is that what you mean by instantaneous before, Charlie? I agree. That was ridiculous. Well, let's find out. We all gather around the computer to look at Adara's reply. I genuinely don't know how to respond to this. Like, what the hell? I'd assume this was a spam bot if I didn't know any better. But I do. I know who this is. You and your friends better stop harassing me or I swear to fucking God you're going to regret it. That was her. Yeah, that was her. Everyone is silent. The trail seems to have gone completely cold. Disturbingly quick. Everyone's acting a little weird about it. Whoever's eyes aren't still locked onto the computer screen are glancing away nervously. I'm haunted a little bit myself. Do you think she's bluffing? Does it matter? Does it matter? But they're not all hamsters. There's some werebears and weredogs and werecats. Hey, is werecat really a thing? I think it is. What was I saying? Does it matter? Well, if she's bluffing, then we wouldn't need to worry about her finding us. Yeah, but even then it means she's on the alert for someone. It's going to be a lot harder to get to her. This whole thing is going to last much longer than I thought it would. Another moment of unflattering, uncomfortable silence. I imagine everyone else is thinking of what to do. This leaves us in a tight spot. If we're going to make any ground now, it's going to be a lot more dangerous. And I can't be the only one putting myself at risk. I don't know where to go from here. I'm wishing I had the power to make this all better. I'm as scared as the rest of them, but part of me is wishing that we didn't have to be so defeatist about it. Maybe I can change this. I can't have them losing faith now. We're close, and who knows what could happen if someone decides to quit. Hey, who's up for a walk? Miguel perks up for a moment. Miguel? Sorry. I used to get really excited at hearing that. Oh? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm assuming you're in then. Yeah, I could go for a walk. Anyone else? Sure, I think we could use this time to think up strategies for dealing with Adara. I agree. Sure, a walk sounds nice. Anyone else? Anyone know how hot it is outside? Actually, never mind. Dumb question. A walk is a great idea. Sounds good. I'd really like to cool my head too. I was thinking of going to see a movie. There are things I'd like to do. Day off then? It's settled. Cool. Then I will go with Kyle. All right. We're finally getting to some romance stuff here. Kyle seemed to be in a bigger hurry than the rest of the boys to get out of the apartment. The rest of the boys left the apartment in unison. As we're walking, Kyle is strangely silent. His eyes are locked in front of him and fixed forward. In fact, his entire demeanor seems gloomier than normal. Question. What's up? What do you think of my outfit? Are you asking someone else's opinion? Yeah, yours. Huh. What do you think? I think it's very you. I wouldn't have your outfit any other way, Kyle. Cool. Where are we going again? Oh, just heading to the park. I'm getting a little cabin fever. Need to stretch my legs and lay out in the sun for a little while. All right then. Anywhere specific in the park? Oh, not really. Okay. I'm left by the exchange unable to get a read on Kyle's mood or current state of mind. By the loud, friendly talking behind me, occasionally speckled with laughter, I can get a perfect read on the rest of the guys. I'm right next to Kyle though, and having way more trouble. Is he angry or sad? We walk for a while, wordlessly. Eventually, the silence transforms from an uncomfortable one to a strangely sweet, wondrous silence. Kyle doesn't keep his head down. I catch him looking up at the sky, sometimes people watching, darting his head towards birds on occasion. I'm finding myself lowering my defenses as I silently watch Kyle watch the world. He never asks for my directions to the park. He's being led there almost by intuition, though he apparently did grow up here. Either way, neither of us find an excuse to break the silence until we make it to the park, and even then Kyle walks into it confidently and unceremoniously. I follow him also wordlessly. Eventually, he crosses paths with a small girl who takes a note of his. God, I can't take this anymore. Okay. Eventually, he crosses paths with the small girl who takes note of his hair. Okay, I actually got that one out right. Kyle also looks at the child without speaking. The mother's child eventually came up to meet him and apologized for her daughter bothering him. Kyle finally decided to speak up to tell the mother that it was okay, that no one was being bothered. He gave the child a smile and then continued to walk. Finally, we encountered a hill with dandelions speckling its sides. There, Kyle said to me, jogging over to the hill and landing on his stomach amidst a patch of dandelions. Wording is difficult. God, I just mush everything. This I remember better than anything. And why is that? I say as I begin to approach the hillside, sitting down next to him. Did you know that nothing bad ever happened to me here? Not one bad thing as long as I'd lived. Bad things happened to me elsewhere, at school, at home, at my friend Mick's house. Bad things followed me everywhere but here. But then, for one lifetime, I was a completely wild ferret in this town. It was weird. I had been domesticated for so much of my time beforehand, but when I was wild, I came back here, and you know what? Nothing bad ever happened to me here, too. Visual not well. You came in at a good part because I think we're just about to get to some romance, Salmon. So be ready for kisses. This hillside, I'm not surprised it's still here. Nothing could ever happen to a hill like this. It's too perfect. I had no idea. Yeah, before I met Mick, I would come here when I was scared or confused. After I met Mick, I'd come here when he wasn't around. You know, you don't talk about Mick much. I don't? Hardly at all. You've brought him up here and there. Oh, yeah, Mick was the man. He turned me on to punk and showed me who I really am. Hi, Salmon. Oh man, it's been so long since I've streamed last that it's nice being among friends again. I met him in middle school. He had a mohawk, being my dad's son. I told him that it looked stupid. He agreed. I told him that he should get a haircut. He refused. That was an interesting thought to me. To know how ridiculous something is and then simply accept it. It was a state of mind that I knew would piss off my dad. But I was hooked. From the day Mick told me to fuck off, I knew I'd never be the same. Somehow, in some weird turn of events, we became friends, and the more I spent with Mick, the more Mick I became. I dressed like him and listened to his music. After becoming Mick, I eventually became myself, getting my own ridiculous clothes. I got Liberty Spikes before he did. He told me that they made me look like an asshole. I agreed. Then things went downhill with my dad. I guess there's more to say, but I don't want to think about that right now. I'd rather think about this hill. What else would you like to think about now? No one called me an ugly punker on the way here. Oh? Kyle fell silent for a second, picking a dandelion, not blowing on it, but simply staring. And I'm not even sure how much I wanted to think about that. It seems like good news, though. You'd think, right? Hallelujah, we made it. I can have tattoos and weird hair and tell the system to fuck itself and not be thought of as a freak. It's incredible, don't get me wrong. But But then what's the point? I'm a punk because it was the closest thing I'd ever had to a sincere identity. All I want is to be myself in a world that resents that sort of thing. Now the world doesn't. So what am I? A rebel without a cause? A quirky guy who does his hair funny? In a way, I wish I was more like you. Like me? Yeah. What do you have to prove? You have jack shit to prove. Everything you do is deliberate. And I think it's pretty cool. Oh, well, thank you. I want what you have, Lucy. Well, and I want you. Oh, here it comes. That that kind of came out of the blue. What? I want you, Lucy. I want you more than I've ever wanted anyone. I have a hard time knowing who I am, but I know who I am around you. I'm a guy who can make you laugh. I'm not just a poor idiot who needs to be rescued by a crazy witch. I'm not just a maniac guy, or I'm not just a manic guy. I'm someone who can't stop stealing glances with the first girl I've kissed in more than 30 years. Without you, I get quiet and sad. Your energy, sort of like mixed so long ago, gives me strength. But I want more from you. Oh boy. Call it selfish, but I don't think I'll be as happy in life as I have been this past week if you leave us after this. I don't know what to say. Thank God you don't have anything to say. We can both just shut the hell up for a minute and wonder where my weird spontaneous confession has left us. Because I can't believe I just did that. But I want to know you feel the same way. Don't worry about it. Don't say anything. Quiet is nice sometimes. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up for a gosh darn second. I shut my mouth and allow silence to prevail for a second. My heart is beating out of my chest and all my brain functions are focused on my fingers. My fingers are just an inch away from Kyle's. His fingers begin to slide over my hand. Kyle begins to lean toward me, his face having softened from its stern glare. And then we're kissing. Our lips press together and my eyes close. His hand begins to wrap around mine and I've got butterflies in my stomach. This passes for what seems like an eternity. When we finally pull away, his hand is still wrapped tightly around mine. Kyle and I simply stare at each other. Another silence washes over us. His eyes turn toward the sky. He runs his hand over my back and leans back against the hill. He pulls me into his embrace and begins to rub my hair. The warm sun soaks into my skin and what feels like hours passes by like this. Lucy, I think I really like you. I think I really like you too. Kyle, not now. Soon. We've got a lot of boys who need to be saved. Once I know that I won't be a fair forever. Are you sure? I'm sure. In fact, I suppose we should be meeting back up with them soon. It's been a pretty long walk for both of us. All right, then. Thank you, Kyle. Sure. Do you know where they went off to? Yeah, they invited me out for a sandwich and an ice cream. So I bet they're getting ice cream at this point. We haven't talked much about it, Dara. How do you suppose we'll explain that? We'll tell the truth. It didn't come up. Sure. Sounds good. Are you okay with leaving the hill so soon? I'll be back someday. I always am. Okay, then. We picked ourselves up off the hill and began walking to the ice cream shop. Finally, something's happening. This place hadn't been around as long as Kyle has, so I ended up needing to lead him there. Right on the money. All four of the guys were getting scoops of ice cream. Hey, there you guys are. Hey, Miguel. Hey, everyone. Did you guys discuss any means on how to deal with our, new situation? Nah, it didn't come up. No worries. Edmund actually had a pretty spectacular idea. Yeah, we've got a fresh perspective on this whole mess. How about you guys explain on the way back? Sure, all right. We all began to walk away from the ice cream shop. Something felt different, though. Now I was keeping a secret. At least until this animal stuff is sorted out. I would keep catching glances at Kyle, and Kyle would keep catching glances at me. I can wait a little bit longer to be with him. I can handle it. But I can't remember the last time I wanted something so badly. So here's the plan. After talking it through, Edmund had the idea of attempting to use channels outside of Ardara to try to turn everyone back into humans. The general thought process was that it's going to be difficult to find actual magic users outside of Ardara, but Ardara's existence is proof enough that they exist and must be somewhere out there. Charlie then recommended that we find some of Adara's friends and go through them. It wouldn't be difficult to conceal our identities to people who didn't know us. Charlie did some searching and... Tallulah. That's pretty. I knew a chrysanthemum once. I also think it's pretty. I think it's weird. My name is Frankie, and everything is weird. This is weird and that is weird. Weird things are weird and bad. Nah, nah, nah. Shut the hell up. Actually, I'm siding with Kyle. You describe things as weird a lot. You gotta start going with the flow. When on earth did I say that weird is bad? Lay off, guys. It's cool, Miguel. We're just giving him the business. Giving him the business? Ha! You said a me thing. Hey, Kyle. Are you just yanking Frankie's chain? Pulling his leg? Showing him what for? Kyle ekes out a sarcastic then goes quiet. So who is this woman exactly? Tallulah Roberts. I found Adara's other social media page where I had assumed that it was required to input a last name, but I guess it was wrong in Adara's case. Tallulah Roberts comes up a lot. She seems to have a long history with Adara, and they seem to be on pretty good terms. Normally I try to find someone less close to Adara, but the more distant from Adara they are, the less likely they are to be magical. And then we may accidentally reveal our intentions to someone we didn't need to. Plus, Adara doesn't seem to have that many friends. So, what are we going to say to Tallulah? I have no idea. Can we all agree that the last time we wrote a letter together it was a disaster? Disaster seems harsh. I'd say it didn't go very well for us. Well, we all need to agree on what we say this time. I'm going to suggest something. What's up? I think that Miguel and I should write this one together. What? Why? Because except for maybe Lucy, we're the least angry people in the group, and the least likely to screw up any correspondence. Hey, whoa now. How did I know that Kyle was going to speak up first? Hey, I think it's actually really unfair of you guys to single us out like that. Like we're socially inept assholes who can't engage in normal conversation. I am kidding, of course. You're totally right. I'd fuck everything up. Sure, whatever. I can get behind this. Hold up. Please, please, please give up the ghost, Charlie. Alright, fine. Great. Can I at least ask why Miguel? He's gentle. Yeah. Miguel, call Charlie the meanest thing you can think of off the top of your head. Fuckface. That doesn't actually help my point that much, but he's gentler than most everyone in here. I think we can all agree on that. I don't think Tallulah. I don't even know if we actually talked to Tallulah, but the witch we do talk to is pretty fantastic. Fine, whatever. What should we do in the meantime? I don't know. Whatever. Talk amongst yourselves. Feast, be merry, multiply. What? Whatever. Don't worry about it. All right. Anyone want to watch Bonanza? I think we're going to need the computer. Damn. I've got Monopoly. What? What? What do you mean, what? We have Monopoly? Yeah, who doesn't have Monopoly? I can't believe it still exists. You do mean the board game, right? Yes. Whoa, that's awesome. Do we have Vita the Magic Answer Man? What in God's name is Vita the Magic Answer Man? Is that like Zoltar Speaks? What is a Zoltar? It's like a fortune teller, but mechanical. Mechanical? What, like a robot fortune teller? Yes. I was kidding. Wait, are you serious? This conversation is turning into a goddamn train wreck. I agree. Can we just play some Monopoly? Yes, God, yes, I can't believe it. I haven't played Monopoly in years. Cat years notwithstanding. Alright, let's begin. Bonanza, you never... you never played or watched Bonanza? This is ridiculous. Well, I'm sorry, Charlie, but the deal's off the table. Don't be a douche. $500 for Marvin Gardens? That was before you were broke as shit. I might as well just let Frankie bankrupt you and then buy Marvin Gardens on foreclosure for cheaper. God damn it, how did a greasy punker like you become such a vicious fucking businessman? This is why capitalism is bad, Charlie. You throw in B&O railroads and it's a deal. Lucy, come on. Give me 500 for Marvin Gardens. I need the B&O. No deal. No, sorry, Charlie. No dice. Come on, are you kidding me? Nope. What would I need Marvin Gardens for? This is horrible. Now wait a second, Charlie. I'll drop the cost for B&O and Marvin Gardens. It is my only revenue. That's bullcrap. You think I'm making money on Baltic Avenue? Lucy won't even sell me Mediterranean Avenue. He's right, I won't. That's hysterical. I'm giving you the best deal. Might as well take me up on it, but you're losing the railroad. It's time to face facts. I'm gonna tell you this, I don't think I've ever successfully finished a game of Monopoly in my life. Alright, fine. This fucking game, I swear to God. $500 for Marvin Gardens. Deal's back on the table. Deal. No, wait. Change it to Marvin Gardens. I'll make the same deal. Don't give Kyle his second Monopoly. Deal's a deal. Oh, God. You two tried to play me for a fool, but it ended up backfiring, didn't it? Kyle is playing you for a fool. Yeah, stupid. Okay, but he's... Shut up, whatever. Alright, we've finished. It's all done. Good. That's great. Game's over, everyone. Okay, cool. Can we read it? Sure. Read it out loud, Lucy. Alright. Dear Tallulah, hi, how are you? We are young, up-and-coming witches who are looking for some help. Fuck man with the exclamation marks. Hey, it sounds like me. I use exclamation marks all over the place. Unfortunately, we are bad witches. Not bad like evil, just bad. Okay. Can you point us to someone who can help us? We know you're not a witch, but we thought you could help us find one. Thanks. Did you mean thanks? What did we say? Thank? Oh, yeah, yes, we meant it. Just a single thank. From, and then you don't say. Yeah, we don't know who we're going to be contacting her as. No, you need more exclamation marks than that. More like this. Oh, God. Alright, that's better. This isn't a great message. I disagree. Oh? It's real. We actually talked about it a lot. When we wanted to change something and make it disingenuous, Adara's reply came to our minds. We can't screw around with this Tallulah lady. So that was all intentional, huh? Yes. Even the thank. Yep. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Especially the thank. Alright then. So we're just going to bring the witch thing up immediately, huh? We are. And you're not worried that it'll come off as suspicious? Well, of course I am, but this seems, well, not worthier, but we're more worried about what happens if we don't bring it up. Yeah, that's good. It's important. If we know exactly what to say, then we won't appear to be rookies on the subject. We just try to speak as honestly as possible. Okay, I like it. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Everyone okay with that? A silent gathering of nods takes place. Charlie, what do you think? Huh? I think it's fine. Why are you asking me? You're a contrarian. You're a dick. Sure, yeah. Alright, it's settled. Are we fixing the thank? Of course not. It was absolutely intentional. We're lying. It was a mistake. That's not true. Can we please fix that? No, don't. It's funny. We're trying to come across as honest, not stupid. We should fix it. Whatever. I'm cool either way. I'm a laid-back guy. No, they're not. They're pretty much a disaster. 2 for yes, 2 for no. Charlie for convincing himself he's not a big ball of anxiety. I'm going to let that slide. Good progress. But that's still a tie. Why do I always have to be your guy's tiebreaker? Why are you complaining? It means you get to make all the big decisions. That's true. No, let's just go it through. Send it through. It's fine the way it is. Alright then. So then all that's left to do is send it. Alright, go for it, guys. Charlie, would you mind helping us out with that? Sure thing. The 3 boys left me with Kyle and Frankie sitting alone at a used Monopoly board. Should we continue? Do you think Charlie wants to keep going? I think we're done, guys. Now what? Kyle, did I ever tell you that I admire your hair? Hmm? No, you didn't. It's neat. Thanks. I've been thinking of getting mine done the same way. I'm flattered. Thanks, man. It's just dandy. What? It's swell, Kyle. I think your haircut is the bee's knees. Fuck, are you implying Frankie? Nothing. Don't get all defensive. One minute I'm telling you that I think your haircut is the cat's pajamas, and the next you're heating up like a firebrand. Well, let me tell you, bucko, the gloves are off, pal. You don't get to take advantage of a fella's friendship just because the man paid you a compliment by telling you that you got a nice bop. Well, I'm sorry, friend, but I gotta rescind my statement. I think your hair is the pits. There, you happy now, buckaroo? Frankie, every moment I spend with you is a fever dream. We spent the next hour frittering away the day. Charlie sat with his eyes glued to the computer, occasionally reading us fun or interesting articles. Edmund was braiding my hair when I finally heard Charlie speak up. She answered. What's it say? I don't know. Give me a minute. The wireless is horrible here. The what? Actually, no. Don't explain it right now. Just make the message come up faster. Yeah, it's Tallulah. It says, hey there, with an exclamation mark. might mean she's friendly. She could also be screwing with us. Don't stop to analyze every sentence, just read. That's cool that you guys are interested in Wicca. I would refrain from using witch, though. It's actually an offensive and derogatory term that was and is used to this day to oppress and degrade women and Wicca practitioners since the Salem witch trials. What's that? The room stops and turns toward Edmund. Wait. No, yeah, Edmund wouldn't know. That happened after his time. What? What happened? I promise you we'll explain later. All right, we'll continue. Well, continue. Like you said, I'm not really as into it as some people. I've got a couple of friends who might be able to help you out. My Biff Adara is... Biff? Yeah, BFF. You're kidding. Charlie, you know damn well what a BFF is. I do, I just hate that term. My best friend forever, Adara, is like the best Wiccan I know. She can do like actual spells and stuff. It's pretty incredible. I've seen it up close. She can be a little hard to warm up to, though. If you're serious, I can set you guys up to talk to her. She's not technically wrong. You don't understand any of it. Oh, you don't have to, but because you are pretty much coming in at the end of the story. But this, I will assure you, Sam, this is probably better writing than some other visual novels out there. She's not technically wrong. I've also got another friend you can talk to, but he's kind of for hire. He may still be able to help you out. He's really cool. His name's Dustin. He usually hangs out around the movie theater next to that little dance studio on Foster Street. You can't miss him. He sticks out. Oh? I hope that helps, guys. Take care, Tallulah. Wow, that went way better than I was expecting. So, what do you guys think? I can't believe it worked. Me neither. We better get out of here. What, right now? It's only like 2. What else were we planning on doing with our day? Let's go then. Let me just get my shoes. So we're looking for a Dustin who hangs around at the movie theater and he sticks out. Think he'll look anything like Kyle? I don't know. What if he looks like Miguel? Do I stick out? You're tall. Am I? Have you not noticed? No, not really. Most of my friends came from the football or JV swim team. They were all pretty tall. Wait. Well, that is a pretty good synopsis there for you. I did know one guy, Andrew. He was pretty short, around Kyle's height. Yeah, Kyle is average height. Then yes. Yeah, I am very tall. Yeah, maybe this guy's tall. See anyone around? Or anyone anywhere? There's a lot of people. Anyone particular? I see someone about my height. Where? Walking to his car over there. We catch a glimpse of an older gentleman in a cowboy hat getting into a pickup truck. I don't think that's him. There's a little smoothie place over that way. Maybe he went to go get a drink. It's also possible that Tallulah's fucking with us. Oh god. What? that could also mean Adara's fucking with us. Do you think she's here? Uh-oh. Everyone be on the lookout, just in case. My eyes scan through the crowds. The sun is high in the sky, and the harsh light reflects off of the water of a nearby fountain. No sign of her. Whoa. Do you see Adara? No. I see a guy in sunglasses. He's holding up a fine drink in one hand and a small dog in the other. What's he doing? I don't know. He's just sort of standing there. He's smiling and watching people. I finally look toward where Edmund is pairing off to. There he is, looking every bit as distinctive as Edmund described him. His smile is confident and unwavering. His head strolls through the throngs of I can't. You guys, I can't talk. His head strolls through the throngs of busy people, watching, smiling, bobbing his head to some inaudible music and holding his small dog against his chest. Weird guy. I don't know. I kind of dig his vibe. Well, let's go over there. As we approach, his eyes, or at least his apparent gaze underneath his sunglasses, catch my eyes. His smile widens as he takes a sip of his drink. What's up, everybody? Hey there, are you Dustin? You better believe it, baby cakes. I'm a part-time blogger, part-time fucking magical man. Your one-stop wizard that'll work out all your worries and woes. You looking to have a buck wild time or just soup up your spellcasting? I don't. This turned out to be a more intimidating encounter than I thought. I wasn't expecting him to just come out and call himself a wizard. But then I guess only the people who actually believe in magic would take him seriously. It's the perfect cover. We need some help. Oh? Yeah, these guys are, well, they're kind of in trouble. This is Edmund, Frankie, Kyle, Miguel, and Charlie. Hey. The boys all say hello in a vague, cluttered unison. What's the situation? Just say it, Lucy. The man's already called himself a wizard. He's not going to call you out for calling your friends cursed. They've been hit with a spell. So are we talking your standard potions and hexes, or is this some kind of crazy curse fiasco? It's a curse. All of them? These guys, yeah. All separately. Well, and what's this curse that these poor gentlemen have fallen prey to? In other words, what's the deal? They got turned into animals, all of them. Yeah, separately. That makes sense. What do you boys turn into? Some frogs, fresh fucking kitties? Or are you just a bunch of wild dogs? He says dogs in the oddest way. It sounds like he's saying doll. I was a cat. And I was a dog. But otherwise, they all got turned into different things. Well, that tells me that the same frenzied man or woman started cruising around town cursing boys like a wild mage possessed. That's gonna be a tough son of a bitch to deal with. Can we deal with it though? We're kind of running out of options here. It all depends. Is the gentleman and or lady who put this bad fucking curse on you still kicking? What do you mean? He or she, are they still cruising and perusing this mortal coil? Oh, yeah, she is still alive. Then it doesn't look like there's a damn thing I can do for you except lay down some sweet fucking advice on what to do next. We'll take anything we can get. Well, first things first. Pick yourself up some charms and or talismans. Doesn't matter what kind as long as they have some good vibes flowing through those sons of bitches. I was boosting on over to a little restaurant downtown when I came across this little tea place that seemed nice. Real fucking nice. They had some fucking Dustin. They had some... Oh, shit. Return. They had some charms and doodads over there that had some fine-ass craftsmanship behind them. I talked to the lady running the place, and we started talking shop right then and there. And after getting my hands on some of her sweet fucking charms, I can honestly say that in some indistinguishable way that pierced me to my very core, that going to that tea shop has substantially improved my life. That kind of stuff will make it harder to track you down, and she's gonna have a real hard time trying to turn you all into a bunch of buck wild dogs again. She still can, but it won't be easy. Won't be as easy. Stop it! You can't kill her. Next up, I recommend going on the hunt for some of her spell books. I don't think I don't think it's cool going around just trying to jack other people's things, but this time I think we can make an exception. What I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is that you guys aren't going back to normal and to jack some of her scrolls. Next, bring the books and scrolls to me. I'll get down on some of that reverse magic action, and we can work out a service fee later. Too bad I couldn't just put the smack down on your curse. Sorry guys, but this buck wild wizard's only got so much magic juice pumping through his veins. Oh, no, you've been a great help. Thank you so much. So, who put this hog wild curse on you boys anyway? Oh, we don't really remember. Do you know Adara? The boys go silent for a second, staring at Charlie intensely. Charlie's eyes widen as he realizes his mistake. Yeah, I know her, he said to Charlie's relief. She and I don't exactly get along. We used to work at a little knick-knack store. They had all sorts of buck wild goodies in there before it shut down. This guy likes using buck wild with everything. We were getting along just fine, but then shit started getting political up in this bitch. She tried to put the magic down on me right then and there, but I wasn't having any of it. I told her to take it down a notch, but tempers were rising and I wasn't having it. Next thing I know, I'm laying some counterspell action on her, and she boosted out of there in a hurry. I mean, wow, just wow. She was running like a wild witch possessed. I never saw her again, and I wish her well, but I gotta say, in terms of human interaction, I'd give that moment a 2 out of 10. If you guys need, I got some sick intel on her a while back. For a small finder's fee and a location, I can get you into a safe distance of her humble abode if you know where it is. That'd be great, thank you. It's no problem. By the way, if you like this little chat we've had, you can find my site at Solo Wizard Blog. You can leave a comment there and let me know what you think. I thought it was a good talk. A real good talk. We said our goodbyes once we'd gotten all of the information that we needed from Dustin. That was weird. That guy was awesome. What's more is that we have someone to help us now. We know how to safely get to Adara's place when we find it, and we know exactly what to do to get our guy's curse taken off. Yeah, overall this has been pretty productive. So now what? We all start to pile into the car as we rack our brains to think of the next plan of attack. We obviously got we got to find out where she lives. Yeah, Dustin is the man. Dustin is cool. I think I remember something about her being in the woods. I remember that too. So then what do? We can do what we did last time. Miguel was the only one brave enough to say it. By that you mean follow her. We don't have to approach her this time. This can just be like a sneaky mission. That way we don't have to worry about talking to her, just slinking slowly behind her until we find her house. I guess there's not really any other way, is there? Everyone is silent. Charlie almost decides to speak up, but stops. After a brief pause, he continues. I think that can work, as long as we're careful. Alright then, it's settled. Some things never change, do they? Huh? Some things, never mind. What do you mean? Witches, forests, spells, it never changes. Anyway, what were we saying? We'll head back home for now and keep an eye on her blog. The moment she puts up something that could be construed as going to a place, we follow her. Everyone in the car silently nods. But for now, I don't know, we go home and wait. I catch myself calling the apartment home. That reminds me. Hey, Mom, I say enthusiastically into the phone. Before calling her, I made a check-in with Katie. Aside from doing all right, she guesses, Katie was totally cool with me telling my mom that we'd been hanging out for the past couple of days. Not much. Sorry I haven't been in touch. Yeah, I've been spending time with Katie. Katie Kasari from high school. We decided to catch up a little bit, and then one evening turned into a couple of days. You know how it is. Yeah, totally. I've got work tomorrow morning, and Katie's place is closer to work. I've got to change of clothes in the car, so I'm just going to be staying here for the night. All right. Yeah, I'll be home tomorrow. Love you, Mom. Bye. The phone clicks off, and things seem quiet for a while. I'm standing at the window of the apartment, looking outside at a wall of large green trees that separate our building from the building next door. The window is closed, and the air feels hot and stagnant. As I open the window, I feel an immediate rush of cool air against my skin. It just dawns on me now that fall is just around the corner. The sound of small conversation crackling through the air as a gentle breeze pushes its way past the blinds. I turn around to see everyone sitting at their little stations. Edmund and Kyle are both sitting on the couch with books cracked open in front of them. Kyle has kicked his legs up onto Edmund's lap. Miguel is sitting at the computer, clicking his way through his blogging site. He occasionally turns the computer around to show Edmund and Kyle a funny photo or a recipe. Most of the jokes are lost on Edmund. Kyle laughs intermittently. Frankie's locked inside of the bedroom. I can't remember what he'd been doing before going in there, but he's been in there a while. Oh, I hope he's not doing what I think he's doing. Charlie is washing dishes next to me. The sound of running water and the tinkling of ceramics and plastic dishes had become such white noise that I had almost forgotten that Charlie was there. Every 15 minutes, Miguel looks toward Charlie and shakes his head, indicating that Adara has not updated her blog. Every 15 minutes in response, Charlie just shrugs. For a moment, things are quiet. For just a moment, things are close to perfect. Hey, is Frankie okay in there? No one answers, a sea of shrugs. How long has he been in there? I don't know, I guess kind of a while, huh? I think he's in there with my smartphone. I showed him this mobile game I downloaded and he's just going nuts. And I think he thinks he's like not allowed to play it, which is why he's playing it in the bathroom. I don't know where he got that idea in his head. I prefer it if he didn't play it in the bathroom. It's kind of gross. Should someone check on him? Ugh. I hear Kyle moaning as he lifts his legs out of Edmund's lap. He's flustered and annoyed as if it was his charge to go check on Frankie. Kyle, you don't. No, it's fine. He's my responsibility. When the hell did he become your responsibility? I don't know. When did Cain become Abel's keeper? I think they were brothers, so like since they were born? Whatever, too late. Kyle raps on the bathroom door. Hey, buddy old pal, you doing all right in there? Yeah? Did you need some help? No, I'm good. I'll be right out. Alright then, good luck. Yeah, thanks. Cal steps away from the door. I don't even think he's on the toilet. He sounded like he was sitting on the floor. Ugh. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Cal plops himself back down on the couch, kicking his legs back up on Edmund. Edmund is very absorbed in his book, and yet he was acting very quiet in the car earlier and has barely said a word since. Hey, Edmund. Yeah? How are you doing over there? I'm all right. The aching melancholy of winter's past has laid over me like a blanket of wool in oppressive sunlight. I find myself parched but lethargic and my ambition swept up in the harsh summer breeze, staring down not a tunnel leading toward cleansing light, but rather a well with no end in sight. Such is my burden, such is my lot in life. Like so many dry, unyielding summers before, like so many that came before. A moment of bewildered silence. I don't know. It's hot in here. I'm going to go outside and get some fresh air. Okay then. Hold on. Okay. I need some water. Hold on. I've been talking for over an hour. Non-stop. I don't say anything after that. Edmund passes by me quietly and steps outside, closing the door softly behind him. Kyle looks over at me inquisitively. He's wondering what I'm up to, or maybe he sees what I see in Edmund right now. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Kyle. You saw that, right? You mean Edmund acting weird? Yeah. Of course, it was pretty obvious. I keep forgetting you have eyeballs. Yeah, this seems serious. Should we talk to him? Look, I think we should. I don't want to get everyone else involved, though. Why? I don't know. I want to make sure that we get to the bottom of this, but 5 people confronting you about an obvious secret is just too many goddamn people. If I bring this up with everyone else, I will be the one left inside to not say anything. And that sucks. I care about Edmund just as much as the next guy. I think that you and I should go see how he's doing outside right now. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. I know, it's been over an hour, almost an hour and a half. No, I don't want to get anyone else involved. Let's keep it small. I said I agree. Oh, okay, sorry. Also, I don't want him catching on yet that we're, you know, a thing. Like, a thing. Yeah, that. Are we a thing, Kyle? Kyle freezes up for a moment. A heavy blush comes to his face. He's frozen in the middle of a flustered, heavy frown. Well, I think we are. Or we could at least try to be, when this is all over. I don't see why not. Cool. He smiles again, still blushing, still flustered. I'm looking forward to our first date. Does that mean we kissed before the first date? Yeah, man, I kiss all my friends. Frankie in particular. I suspected as much. Anyway, Kyle cools himself down and regains control over himself. What little control he had, anyway. Let's do this? Yeah, let's do this. Kyle and I start walking toward the door. We then step outside into a light breeze and the rustling of leaves on the ground. Edmund has turned to face us. His eyes are tired and he is expressionless. Hey guys, what's going on? Kyle hops his way down the stairs quicker than I do and plants himself on the second to last stair down. Hey Ed, how are you doing? I'm okay, how are you? Don't try to make this about me. What? I mean, how are you really doing? Edmund looks puzzled up at me. I shrug, confused as he is. Care to help Kyle out a little? Not really. What's going on here? Dude, seriously, are you okay? Why do you keep asking that? Because you haven't really been acting that okay. Really? You get weird whenever someone mentions Adara. Of course I do. You know what? I'm going to stop you right there. I didn't start reciting poetry in front of everyone not 3 minutes ago. Come on, man. We all know something's up. Lucy, do you feel the same way? I do. You're acting strangely. I want to know what's up. Okay, you caught me. Fine. Yeah, I am hiding something. And does it have something to do with Adara? Yeah, it does. Can you tell us what it is? I don't really want to. Then don't. Oh? No one's forcing you to, Edmund. We can walk out inside and this'll all be cool. I'm just happy to know that you trust us enough to even tell us something's wrong. I have trouble with that sometimes. That is a good point. We did kiss Matt on our first meeting. Huh? But you're never going to get a better time to talk. If this has anything to do with the Adara that we need to know about, then later is going to be a bad time, and we're right here for you. Joy. Fuck off. When have I ever genuinely been an asshole to you? Never. Have I ever let go of a secret? I've never told you any. Look me in the eye and tell me I haven't been a good enough friend to deserve it. I can't. I'm sorry. That was an asshole thing to say to you. To Lucy as well. Sorry, Lucy. No problem. So tell us or don't. I'd like it if you did, man. We're still friends if you don't. You can be extremely convincing when you want to be, Kyle. Thanks. Edmund looks over at me, smiling a little. It's cool, Edmund. We won't judge. Alright. I don't want to. No, he's not boning the witch girls. Oh, wait. If he was? Well, it's very possible he was. But there's more to it than that. But here we go. Once when I was a child, I had whacked an old peasant woman with a stick, and she became very angry at me, telling me she was going to tell my father. It felt horrible, and I kept that secret forever. I eventually told one of my older brothers, and they told me she was a peasant woman and couldn't really do anything about it, so I was safe, I guess. I never felt any better about it. I still don't. Should I have said something? Should I have apologized? Is she still angry? Does she still hate me? Why does it still hurt 500 years later? Is that what you've been hiding? No, it just came to mind, I guess. Adara and I were lovers. In a time before any of this happened. She was a fortune teller. I saw her in a neighboring kingdom. We fell in love. We spent days together, weeks, and I never told her who I was. I wish I had. We were just lovers. She was tender before. She was playful and innocent and alive. But one day she found out who I was. She was angry that I never told her, understandably. She was prepared to forgive me if I would just run away with her, move somewhere else, and simply be together. I had offered to just keep her around, a secret, something I was to be ashamed of. She grew more upset. Her eyes began to glow. She began to chant about broken hearts and evil creatures. Then I was a hamster. Then I woke up in the middle of Lucy's vet's office. That's all. Huh. Sorry to hear that, Edmund. I should have been gentler. I shouldn't have taken her for granted. Sometimes I feel as though I got what was coming to me. I lost a lot, but I sometimes wonder if I didn't take something even more precious from her. You didn't. What? I can tell you straight up right now that you didn't. I get it. You hurt her. Hundreds of years later, she's some sort of vindictive witch bent on cursing super attractive men like us. The connection's a simple one to make. I get it, totally. But that's not on you, man. The world is filled with awful people. You didn't infect her with awfulness. She had literally hundreds of years to get over you. Personally, I think if that's the worst you did to her, were I in her shoes, I would have been over it in a few months. If I was extra sensitive, a few years. If I were a fragile snowflake that had to be protected from a gentle breeze, give it 5. I could take a head case like Adara, take her to a hypersensitive therapist with a crippling fear of confrontation, and even he'd say that she's dragging her feet on the whole getting over it thing. You can ease up a little, Kyle. My point is that it doesn't matter if you were the first person to hurt her. You're a sweet dude who can, recite poetry out of nowhere, and you treat girls like they're queens. They have a Sims mobile? I don't even play regular Sims. Yeah, pretty much. I'm surprised she didn't turn him into a hamster and step on him. And you've been a hamster for, what, a few centuries? I'd way rather get behind a dude like you than, well, not getting behind a dude like you. Wow, that was weirdly compelling. I think maybe you were a little harsh on Adara. And I think that's bullshit. My point exactly. Edmund exhales softly and inhales deeply. Lucy, what's your take on all of this? I don't know. Alright, Adara could go to hell. I completely agree. Really? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be so wound up over it, but yeah. I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. I think there was something poisonous about her in the first place. If her first choice when confronted with being lied to is to take you away from everyone you ever loved. Do you want to hurt Adara? What? No, of course not. Did you ever want to hurt Adara? Never. Because she absolutely wanted to hurt you. She did it too. I don't think what you did was cool, but I know you, Edmund. I know you are, and I know who you are, and I don't think you're the monster that deserves to be turned into a hamster. Adara can go to hell. Wow. Thanks, you guys. That means a lot to me. I don't know what to say. Thank you. No problem. You're a great guy, Edmund, even if you did a shitty thing. I'm going to go head inside. See how the others are doing. It's nice out here. I'm going to stick around. Me too. Suit yourselves. Thank you again, both of you. Of course. Edmund heads inside, his head held higher than it had before. The door closes behind him, and I'm left outside with Kyle. Did you mean it? Huh? What you said to him. Do you think he paid for his sins? Yeah, of course I do. Thank God. Sometimes I doubt myself, I guess. It was kind of incredible to hear you say it. I wasn't sure. I was horrified that he'd look through me and find out that I didn't know if guys like him could ever be forgiven. I'm not the gatekeeper of forgiveness. It's nice to know that people like you exist, Lucy. See, you sounded way more sure of what you were saying than I did. Wait, what? I wonder if there's any girl between us. Uh, I don't know. Sounding sure of someone's now I can't talk. Sounding sure of something's really easy. Being sure of something takes character. I'm not sure I have it at all. I don't know. I'm rambling. I don't know how to talk if I'm not making a joke. Then make a joke. If I was any less secure, I'd need 3 padlocks and a brink security guard just to keep me from opening up during a light summer breeze. See, that came easy. I'm not so good with the serious stuff, the stuff I need to say. But I'm gonna try. I... Then Kyle changes course. Uh-oh. I think there's gonna be more kissing coming soon, guys. Something in his face changes. He breathes in. He shakes off his previous thought. I can just tell. I've been lying to you, Lu. I've been lying to you. Oh shit. This isn't good. What? At least Edmund had the good sense to keep his mouth shut, but I lied to your face. Kyle, what are you talking about? I didn't just open the door for Adara, which caused her to go bananas. I mean, well, kind of. But that's not how it happened. And I'm going to tell you the whole truth right now. Alright then. My buddy Mick and I had finally gotten out from the iron grasp of my asshole dad. I was living at his place and working a part-time job at a local Thai food place. I was apparently Asian enough for the Japanese manager. The job was tough, but every night on... He thinks for a moment. Wednesdays and Fridays, I would head to the grocery store where a girl was working. She was going by Alana at the time, I guess. No, they all weren't. She was snooty and kind of mean, and I kind of dug it. I'd always visit her, and she was always angry to see me. I thought it was her way of showing affection. I'd call her by names that I thought were cute at the time. Girly, sweet thing. I tell her the kind of... Fuck, give me a second. Cal takes a moment to sigh bitterly. I tell her the kind of things I'd do to her if I could just get her on one date. Real stalkery shit. I thought she was into it. In retrospect, I totally get why she'd be mad. I wouldn't just be mad. I would think that I was a total freak. Like, I don't know. I must have made her feel afraid, but I didn't listen. Eventually, she started to really mean it. Shit, like, can you just please go to another goddamn grocery store, you fucking pig? I don't know why I remember that one so vividly. Eventually, I started to get the hint, but by this time, I was absolutely crushing on her. So I decided maybe it was possible to patch things up. I decided one Friday night to wait for her after work. I didn't realize how late she was working, so I waited outside her grocery store until she finally got out at like midnight. I was around the corner from her. I opened the door for her. She freaked. I told her not to be scared, but she'd had it, man. She started talking all weird and angry and started rhyming. A couple of years later, I'm rummaging through somebody's garbage with my extended snout, and it hits me. Oh, damn. I'm a ferret. I said some fucked up shit. And I lied to you. And I'm sorry. I should have been upfront. I shouldn't have ever kissed you without letting you know how shitty I am. I have to forgive him. He's trying. He admitted to it. I'm gonna forgive him, guys. Okay, so maybe he was saying some dirty shit, but Kyle is best boy. That's not good, Kyle. You know that. I know that. In fact, it's pretty fucked up. It's really fucked up. But I think it's unfair to decide that you're shitty because of what happened. You did an undeniably shitty thing. I wish you hadn't done that undeniably shitty thing. I wish it had never happened, and I wish you hadn't lied to me. But I think we fuck up sometimes, and I think it's okay to take your own advice. Understand that it wasn't your intention to hurt her. And that you've paid plenty for the ways in which you hurt her. Alliteration is not my forte. I am now realizing this. Do you mean that? I do. Thank you. If I can find another way to apologize, I will. I promise. And I believe you, Kyle. I love you, Lucy. The L word! What? Don't stop me like I want to stop myself right now. I love you. I do. And I don't know. I never pictured myself saying that to our girl. I felt like I'd have more to say. I love you. Kyle, Alright! We get a kiss, CG! Kyle kisses me suddenly. Before I even understand where I am, his arms are wrapped around my neck and his hands are nestled in my hair. I've kissed him before, twice, actually, but never like this. This is new. His lips are tender, his body is draped around mine, and I feel flustered and warm to the touch. He kisses me sweetly, his eyes closed and his chin gently brushing against mine. His hands run through my hair and he squeezes me closely as I place my hand on his back. He places his palm on my lower back and presses me tighter against him as our lips begin to part. And I guess that's all I have to say, really. Sure. I think this was our best kiss yet. He's blushing and avoiding my gaze as he talks. Agreed. Well, I'm going to go get back inside before we look too suspicious out here. I'll follow in just a minute. You got it. He kisses my cheek one last time before hopping up the stairs. As he shuts the door behind him to go inside, I find myself falling to the stairs that he had been sitting on before, glancing out at the wild blue sky, still feeling him on my lips. Wow. I don't remember how many chapters.